Alexis Caldecott here again with some pocket coaching on the go for how you can host 5-figure masterclasses. So, I know like when you hear about something and it's like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. I think I want to try this. I think I want to do this. And then like it just gets better and better. What do you secretly think? What do you secretly think? I'll tell you what I secretly think. What are they not telling me? What's the downside? Okay, this sounds too good to be true. What's the bad part, right? I don't know if it's the cynicism in us, if it's just life experience from getting our ass kicked sometimes or what, but you're like, okay, what's the downside? And so you might be thinking that with masterclasses. What's the downside? Okay, Alexis, this sounds great. I could see how I could do this, whether I have a list or I have no list. I'm seeing how I could do this and implement this in my business, but what's the downside? I'm going to talk about the downside right here, right now. There is a downside to hosting masterclasses that if you don't fix this one part, it will significantly impact in a negative way your results from your masterclasses. The one negative downside to it is the show up rate. The show up rate for masterclasses. So if you don't know what I mean by that, the show up rate means how many people that register for your masterclass actually do come and show up. So for example, let's say you get 100 people register, but you don't have a great show up rate. Your show up rate of how many of those 100 people actually do show up. So 100 people registered, they logged in or they registered, they sent their name, their email, all that stuff. They're registered for the masterclass, but the show up rate, how many people actually show? Here's the scary side. The average show up rate has been, whoop, oh my goodness. Can I make a blooper video? Maybe I'll make a blooper video. Okay, the average show up rate for master classes is 40%, meaning out of the 100 people that you work so hard to get to register for this master class, you're going to log on to do your master class and only 40 people are going to be there. This was the industry average for a long time. Now, here's the real sucky part. I'm sorry, I got to tell you the truth. It has actually dropped more. It has actually dropped more. Lately, people have seen 20 to 30% show up rate. For a free event, which is your masterclass, 20 to 30% show up rate. So that means you pour your blood, your sweat, your tears, and everything to get these 100 people to register. You could show up and only 20 people are on or 30 people on. And I want to tell you this now because I don't want you to do this and then you show up and that's what's there. You're like, oh, well, this sucks. Like, I don't want you to get your hopes up. Here's the good part. There is a way to turn this around. There is a way to increase your show up rate. I have gotten as high as a 60 to 70% show up rate for my free events. So there are ways that you can increase your show up rate. There are ways to increase your show up rate, even to a free event. So at the event, the event that you registered for, the 5-figure mastery, a masterclass mastery on Friday, May 24th, just a couple days from now, I am going to show you over 15. There are 15 different ways that you can get people to show up. I call them stick strategies, right? I want the registration to stick. I want the people to stick around. I want them to come. So there are 15 stick strategies that can get people to show up to your masterclass. You don't need to do all 15. You don't need to do all 15. In fact, I recommend you only do a handful of these. I'm going to give you my top 3 right now. And we're going to go into all 15 on Friday. And depending on the event, depending on what your business is, you will pick the right one for you. But I'm going to give you my top 3 right now. So, and these stick strategies can increase your show up rate to a free event to 60. I've even seen people get 80% show up rate. So, I mean, how would that be? Instead of getting 20 people on, you get 80 people on. Big deal. It's worth the time and the energy to do this. Because then you see it in your conversion, right? You see it in your sales. The more people you get on there, the higher your sales are going to be from your master classes. So here are, I'm going to give you 3 right now. So number 1, and they're not in any particular order, just listing them. A gift. What kind of G is that? I don't even know. A gift. Oh, good God. Give them a gift for showing up. Give them a gift for showing up and coming, and make it really juicy, like really, really yummy, like something that they want. Just that gift alone would make them want to come, even if they have a headache and they don't feel like it, or they stub their toe and they don't want to go. Like, people have the craziest reasons why they won't come to stuff. I'm exaggerating a little bit to be dramatic, but if you have a good, juicy gift, people will show up just for that. So, case in point, I am modeling this. I am modeling this for you. We'll see this every step of the way. I mean, seriously, just sidebar. Even if you just came on Friday just to have your student hat on and see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, you can learn a ton that will help you make a ton of money from your master classes going forward. So I'm modeling it all for you. For example, I'm giving you a gift. When you show up, only the people that show up and that are there on Friday are going to get these gifts. I'm going to show you emails that you can use to invite people to be an affiliate promoter for your masterclass, so you get more people to show up. I'm going to show you what email. What do I say when I ask someone to promote for me? What do I say? What do I say? I'm going to give you that. Another gift I'm going to give you is some examples of copy that those affiliates can send out on your behalf. I'm also going to show you examples of masterclass landing pages where people go to register for the masterclass, and promo email examples. So these are all things you're going to get as a gift when you show up this Friday, May 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. So this is a great way to, you see, I'm modeling it for you. This is a great way to incentivize people to actually show up, because a lot of people register, but not everybody shows. So you want to get as many people to show up as you can. So a gift is a great way to do that. Number two would be, number two would be text reminders. Text reminders. The more the better, believe it or not. People need text reminders. I can't tell you, like, even myself, I've been registered for something that I know I want to go to. I definitely want to come to it, but you get distracted, you get wrapped up in something, and all of a sudden you forget, and you're like, oh shoot, it's time for the, because you see a text message come through and you're like, oh shoot, that's right, it's time, I got to get on. So text reminders are super, super important. Now, number three would be, now this is one that is more time intensive, but I will tell you, the people that do this are the ones that go from a 20-30% show up rate to a 70 to 80% show up rate. So does it take time? Yes. Is it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. You want 80 people on your register? If you get 100 to register, do you want 80 people to show up, or do you want 20? So you tell me if it's worth the time. I know 100% it is. Personal reach outs. That means you personally text, you personally call people, and you tell them, I'm so excited that you're registered. I can't wait to see you. So for example, let's say you're doing a masterclass on Thursday, Wednesday, and even Thursday morning. Let's say it's a masterclass at 2 p.m. on Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday morning, I am personally calling, I am personally texting people and saying, hey, it's Alexis. I'm so excited that you're registered for the thing. Just want to confirm that you're coming. I can't wait to see you. What does this do? People can't, they don't feel like they're just another person, and they're not going to notice if I don't show up. They're like, oh, Alexis knows I'm registered for this, and she's going to be looking for me. They're like, it helps to trigger them, to get them to want to be there, right, in a positive way, and make them feel special and see that you actually took the time to personally reach out to them. So personal reach outs. Now, as you grow and you build a team, you can also hire someone to do these for you, and they're still effective when you do it that way. But personally reaching out, we can always tell when it's a marketing text. We can usually tell when it's a marketing email, but when you personally reach out, we can also tell that too. This alone is gold. If you took one thing away, like, this is gold. This can jump your show up rate from a 40 to a 60, from a 40 to a 70. I've seen all the way up to an 80. So this is gold. All right. I'm going to give you one bonus. I know I said 3, but I want to tell you one more bonus tip. So typically when someone registers for a masterclass or a webinar, they get the reminder emails. Hey, your masterclass is tomorrow. Hey, the masterclass is in an hour. Hey, we're live for the, right? We see those email reminders going out all the time. But what you want to do is not just remind them of the time and send them a Zoom link. You want to remind them why they registered in the first place. What was it about it that was so attractive that they want to show up for and that they want to get the training for? Keep them excited about it. So I'm modeling it for you right now. Pocket coaching. You could do a short video, and mine is getting a little bit longer, but that's because I've got a whole day with you. I'm trying to convince you to show up and spend an entire day with me because it's going to be freaking worth it. So you could do a short video or a short audio clip. It doesn't even have to be video. That's just a couple minutes long that will remind them why they registered for your event and that they should show up to it. This builds excitement, keeps them excited, and makes them want to show up. So this is 4 out of the 15. This is 4 out of the, these are pretty good, right? Right? Like people are like, I didn't even think about that. I haven't even thought about that. I've never done that before. These are the show up stick strategies that I use and that I teach my clients to use that get them from a 20% show up rate to a 40 to a 60 to an 80% show up rate for their events. And trust me, when you do that, if you get 100 people to show up, or you get 80% to show, you get 80 of them to show up, and then you close the room, you can do the math on that. I won't spend time on it. You can do the math on that. Let's say you get 20% to buy whatever your thing is. It's a big difference between 20 and 80, isn't it? Big, big difference. So anyways, all right. So I will see you in just a couple days. Remember, Friday, May 24th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern all day long. Trust me, you want to clear your calendar because I'm going deep into this stuff and you don't want to miss anything. And remember, when you show up, what are you getting? Gifts. You get the emails to invite promo partners, you get swipe copy examples, you get landing page examples, you get promotional email examples, but only when you show up and you're there all day with me. So make sure you clear your calendar, and I will see you this Friday. And I will also see you tomorrow for some more pocket coaching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.